The season's biggest twist reveals just how deeply Marcos orchestrated everything. At first, his motives seemed tied to reclaiming the Foundation, a place he believed he was owed after taking the fall for something in the past. But the truth is darker. Marcos was fueled by resentment, not just toward Leo, but toward life itself. By manipulating Emma into believing Leo was a predator, he ensured that Leo would be publicly destroyed without Marcos ever getting his hands dirty. His infiltration of online predator circles and the way he used Martina as bait show just how cold and calculated he was. Every move was deliberate, designed to make Emma believe she was uncovering the truth, when in reality she was carrying out his plan. His downfall comes when Emma, after piecing everything together, fights back. Even as he tries to drown her, Marcos is still blaming others Leo, Emma, even Martina for how things turned out. But his arrogance becomes his undoing. Emma's live stream not only exposes him, but ensures that he cannot escape accountability. His final act, calling his wife and instructing her to avoid the news, reveals his delusion. He still thinks he can fix things, but his escape attempt ends in what appears to be suicide, crashing his car into a truck. Yet the ambiguity lingers. Was this his way of taking control one last time, or was it a desperate accident? While Marcos was responsible for framing Leo, he wasn't the one who killed Martina. That revelation comes in the final moments, when Emma notices the red bindi in an old photo. This leads her to Armando, unraveling the truth behind Martina's last night. Armando's role in the tragedy is vastly different from Marcos's. He wasn't trying to hurt anyone. He was a love struck teenager who took Martina on a boat ride, let her play with his camera, and got caught up in the moment. But when Martina realized she had been manipulated into framing an innocent man, she panicked. She turned to Armando for help, confessing everything. Instead of comforting her, Armando lashed out. He wasn't part of Marcus's plan, but he became an accomplice the moment he let his anger take over. His shove wasn't meant to kill Martina, but it did, and in his fear, he let his mother Juliana cover it up. Juliana's choice to plant Martina's phone at Leo's campsite was her way of protecting her son. She thought that since Leo was already being accused, one more piece of evidence wouldn't make a difference. This tragic decision ruined Leo's life even further. When Emma confronts them, Juliana pleads for silence, arguing that telling Martina's parents won't bring her back, but Armando refuses to keep running. His confession is his way of atoning, finally putting an end to the lies. By the end, the truth is out. Marcos is dead, Armando has confessed, Juliana's role in covering up the crime is exposed, but one major antagonist still walks free Brigel. While Marcos and Armando pay the price for their actions, Brigel, the man who preyed on young girls, remains untouchable. Emma, Vicky, and Diego are determined to take him down, but the finale leaves that fight unresolved. Emma stepping away from Cot and passing it to Vicky is a significant moment. It shows that while she exposed the Marcos conspiracy, she is not done. There are still powerful men out there who need to be held accountable. This unfinished battle adds a sense of realism. Justice isn't always complete. Some villains get what they deserve, while others slip through the cracks. Perhaps the most heartbreaking part of the finale is Emma's guilt. She is the reason Leo lost everything. She believed Marcus's lies and turned the world against Leo, branding him a predator. Now, even though she knows the truth, Leo is gone and she may never be able to make it right. The official explanation is that Leo drowned, but Emma refuses to believe it. She knows the land well. If anyone could have survived, it was him. Faku's cryptic response, if he's alive, he'll come back, hints at something deeper. Maybe Leo will return one day, or maybe he could return, but chooses not to. The final scene answers the question definitively. Leo survived. Far from the chaos, Leo has found a new purpose. He is living in the desert, surrounded by teenagers who, like the ones at the Foundation, need guidance. He hasn't let what happened break him. Instead, he has rebuilt his life, far from the place that betrayed him. The bittersweet reality is that even though Leo is alive, he may never come back. He has nothing left in his old life. The Foundation is gone, his name is ruined, and the people he trusted turned against him. His final smile as he rides off into the distance suggests acceptance. He has moved on, even if the world still wonders what happened to him. The finale provides closure but leaves a few key questions unanswered. What will Bruno do with Ariana's letters? His father's case remains an open wound, and Ariana's apologies may not be enough. The series ends on a haunting yet poetic note. Leo, the man who lost everything, survives. Marcos, the man who tried to control everything, dies. Emma, the woman who thought she was fighting for justice, must live with the weight of her mistakes. It's a powerful commentary on how easily the truth can be manipulated, how even well intentioned people can be used as pawns, and how survival sometimes means letting go of the past. The final shot of Leo riding away isn't just about his escape, it's about freedom. He's no longer trapped by lies, betrayals, or expectations. The world may think he is dead, but in a way, he has finally started living. And just like that, the series ends.